Hello and welcome back. This is Dr. Edward Padama, and this time we are going to discuss how to write your research abstract. So before we get started, please click the subscribe button and click the notification bell to alert you when a new video is uploaded. Let's start. Another concern in research writing is the research abstract. So I am usually asked by students how to write the research abstract. I would like to establish one fact before we go to the details of writing the research abstract, and this is that you cannot write the abstract not unless you already finished the research or the study. Again, the abstract is the summary of a research that has already been accomplished. So by definition, an abstract is a summary of a research. It is usually, but not always, done in one paragraph of 250 words or less, and the major aspects or inclusions of this part of your research paper is as follows. So number one, the overall purpose of the study and the research problems you investigated, the basic design of the study, the findings or trends found as a result of your analysis, and a brief summary of your interpretations and conclusions. So later on in our discussion, I will give you the complete inclusions on how to write your abstract and what to include in the writing of your abstract. And to reinforce our earlier discussion regarding the writing of the abstract, according to Wikipedia, an abstract is a brief summary of a research article, thesis, review, conference proceeding, or any in-depth analysis of a particular subject, and is often used to help the reader quickly ascertain the paper's purpose. So, abstract is also functions as the summary of a particular or specific research being investigated by a research writer. So the purpose of your abstract is to provide an overview, an outline needed by the writer in order to ascertain if your research would be able to help the present research being conducted by the writer. Again, as discussed earlier, the purpose of the abstract is to provide readers, which is usually the research writers, with useful information about your document. Another purpose of an abstract is to help readers to evaluate and select a document that they find useful in their own research. So that was what we were trying to point out in the previous slide, that the abstract should provide the following information which would help the current research writers in accomplishing their study. To reiterate and support the point made earlier, according to Carol Slade, an abstract is again defined as a concise summary of the entire paper. And the inclusion should be the following. Number one, the function of an abstract is to describe or to function as an overview of a research that has already been conducted and not to evaluate or defend the paper. The second is the abstract should begin with a brief but precise statement of the problem or issue, followed by a description of the research method and design, the major findings, and the conclusions reached. So again, I will give you an outline and a sequence for the inclusions of your abstract later on in this discussion. And the next one, the abstract should contain the most important keywords referring to method and content. This facilitates access to the abstract by computer search and enable a reader to decide whether to read the entire dissertation or the study. We have been discussing earlier that the abstract should be written after conducting the study. So your abstract should function like an overview of your paper, an outline of your paper, and not a proposal for what you intend to study or accomplish. These are some of the major errors being done when writing a research abstract. So avoid beginning your sentences with phrases like this essay or this study will examine the following. Another is in this research paper, I will attempt to prove. So this defeats the purpose of the abstract, which states that you have not yet started or finished your research. Again, try to observe the following statements in order to avoid these mistakes. Now let's try to look at sample research abstracts. So what do you observe on the abstract presented on the left side of your screen? So first of all, in terms of mechanics, structure, and format, according to the discussion earlier that your abstract should contain at least 150 to 250 words, this particular abstract was written in 2 sentences. So obviously it was not able to reach even the minimum number of words for it to be called an abstract. So reading the abstract, it states that this paper will look at the Human Genome Project and its goals. I will prove that scientists have ethical and moral questions about genetic engineering because of this project. So again, if you're going to analyze the content of the sentences, it contradicts and defeats the purpose of the abstract. Contradicts because this paper will look into is a statement that implies that the research has not yet been conducted, including the second sentence, which states that I will prove that scientists, so meaning the paper has not yet proven anything or concluded or found anything because it has not yet been conducted. While on the right side, this particular abstract is considered good because the basic inclusions and the basic requirements are already seen in the first few sentences of the abstract. To summarize everything that we have discussed and to give you an outline of what your abstract should contain, we have the following. So your abstract should include the following. Number one, the description of the general research problem, the purpose and objective of your research. The next one is the description of the participants and respondents of the study. The next one is the description of the research method used and the research design. The fourth one is to present or the presentation of the findings of the study or the research. And last but not the least, present or the presentation of the conclusion and recommendations of the study. So again, I would like to thank you for joining me in this discussion on how to write your research abstract. And please click the subscribe button and the notification bell to alert you when a new video is uploaded. And again, if you have any questions regarding research writing, write it at the comment box below this video and I will get back to you as soon as possible. So in the midst of our quarantine during this pandemic, I wish you all health and please stay safe. God bless and see you on the next video. Bye.